Alrighty guys, welcome. One and all, g'day. Ladies and gents, how are we? I'm ready to rock and roll. Let's see what we can come up with moving forward. And as always guys, good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening, no matter where you are around the world. Welcome to another London session. Been a tricky week. Not taking a trade. I've not taken a trade. Was not on the charts for the Asian session today. Not only for a little bit, but didn't really focus on it, to be honest. I was doing other work in the background. Didn't take a trade yesterday. Obviously NY session, the beginning of NY session was just, again, another one of those no options really, in my opinion. We sat there with the members for a little bit, but nothing presented. So it is what it is. Still a lot of volume, obviously. Today, GJ made more than 300 pip move in one candle. Should be any different. That's how it is these days on GJ. That was off the back of some something that came out of the Bank of Japan. So Japan's economy and monetary policy from some statement from the Bank of Japan. And that was not scheduled, so obviously that had an impact on the end. So it must have come out as a more dovish maybe stance for the Bank of Japan in terms of maybe interest rates and things like that. Who knows? No idea, to be honest. But either way, it came out as negative for the yen and strength to currencies against it. So anyway guys, enough of that. Without further ado, let's get into the analysis. And also, if you could, just make sure hit the like button. Let's let the masses know we are out there. Carl F, I'm glad you enjoy that thumbnail. I really enjoy making it, to be honest. So I think it's a pretty cool one, something different. But anyway guys, let's get cracking. Let's have a look at what we got moving forward here today, starting with the beast that is these days, GJ. All right, so once again, we'll start the weekly candle and look at that. So big retracement off the back of that drop from Monday, and we've almost retraced the whole move. So I'm going to mark in the current weekly candles high. Once again, as I mentioned throughout the first few days of the week, if we were to continue bearish, not much of a need for us to pull back up and break our own high. We do, so we're starting to pop back above some support here to the left hand side as well. So at that point there's probably a high probability that we may continue to the upside. So onto the daily time frame. What we can see is off the back of that previous daily candle, when I came to the charts this morning and did Asian session analysis for the VIP group, that I was looking at a candle thinking, well, there's a high probability the new candle is just going to have, if anything, a small upper wick and then begin to continue to the downside with the liquidity based off the liquidity graph from that previous daily candle. However, what we've done is now we've broken the high of it, so we've pulled back way further than what I would have anticipated if we were to continue bearish. So at this stage, it's, in my opinion, more probable that we will continue bullish. Doesn't mean I wouldn't plan or look for any sell options. I definitely will be. However, it now gives me options to look for some more highly probable buys, in my opinion. So based off that, I'll be looking to see where within the current daily candle we potentially could be pulling back to previous levels of support or resistance to form support at, and head back up in line with the strength of the current daily candle. So structure wise, we do remain bullish though. I'm not going to mark any level just yet. Onto the 4 hour, you can see we've just broken a recent resistance, so that's a level I'm going to be marking in. We're tapping into the 4 hour level. It's likely going to be, that would be the highest point of it. And when we go down to the 30 minute, we'll see that's a bearish candle wick. Below, we've got a clean candle to the left hand side as well, so we're going to just change that to gray as was at 4 hour level. Structure wise, nothing's changed. We still remain bearish. If we begin to break above the current daily candles high, at that point there, I feel it's a high probability we will continue to the upside, based off the fact that the 4 hour structure itself has created a higher low and higher high. It's also bounced off to a level of liquidity over here to the left hand side. So if we were to begin to break above the current daily candles high, there's going to be likely options to the upside to buy it. As far as support, I'm going to mark in a level around that 183.10 to 182.80 massive zones. Doesn't look like it, but with the sheer volume in these candles, they actually are big zones. All right, so as we can see, so we're just retesting that zone we've broken out of previously. Nice strong rejection currently. I'm going to mark in some resistance just at the current daily candles high in the M30. I'll change it to blue. And above that level, I'm going to be looking for a buy. Doesn't look like we've got margin, but we've got about 25 pips or so to the next minor resistance. So it all depends on how we approach that level as to how I look to get involved. Once again, what GJ comes down to today is stop loss. If we can get decent stop losses, because it's just not worth me going in with a 50 to 100 pip stop loss trying to chase 10 pips. It just makes no sense whatsoever. So buys above potentially. Now, good thing is we've pulled back to this level of previous resistance. If we now begin to consolidate within that level and form a bit of a pause, form a bit of a support, and start to pop below it, I'm going to be looking for a sell option, take it back down. We are still technically, believe it or not, bearish on the 30-minute time frame at the moment. So we'll be in line with the bias itself. The bias is still technically bearish across the board as well, believe it or not. So I'll be looking for the sells below that point there, guys. And that is basically on GJ for the time being. Potentially we'll consider the buys as well if we do form a support and I get a decent catalyst. Once again, it all comes down to stop loss, guys. That's going to be the issue with GJ, because the sheer volume of these candles, let's just measure it. The current candle itself is 130 pips, 127 pips. That is just absolutely crazy, isn't it? So that is GJ, guys. Hopefully that does make some sort of sense to you. And we can move on to have a look at the gold. Ooh, rejection. Hang on. I like that long wick to the downside. All right, bearish engulfing. Gold's rejecting. Gold, we got a bit of a support at all. No upper wick on that 15 as well. Gold potentially could be a sell, guys, but what I want to see is the new candle pop down towards the low of that previous candle, what will be the previous candle in 25 seconds. We'll back up, crane up a wick, and if it breaks again, I'd look to take a sell. So it's rejected a level of resistance. I've got marked this chart in just a little bit prior to the stream. Obviously I sent it into the members group. So the bias on gold, we still got the 30-minute and the 4-hour being bearish. You got the daily candle, the previous daily closed back bearish. Current candle's a lower high, lower low to the previous. So we've got the closure, guys. Let's crane up a wick first. That's all right, just a tiny up a wick. So now I want to see it drop, pull back up, grab a little bit more liquidity. If it breaks again, I'll consider an entry. So keep a bit of an eye on it. Hold on. What was the lowest point of that previous candle? 6.8, so about 50. All right, so let's do the analysis anyway, guys. So just keep an eye on it. I'll put it on the alert around the low, and we'll do the breakdown. All right, starting at the weekly time frame. What we can see is, once again, current candle, lower high, lower low, is forming a strong bearish candle as well. So based off that, pullbacks within it, we're looking to see where we potentially could reject to form a resistance and come back down. Daily, previous daily inside bar candle, still a fair bit of volume to the downside low, closing strong bearish. Current candle has a lower high, lower low, just pulling back within itself. Let's mark in the current candle's high, see what got above that level there. If we begin to break the low, also we'll see what we've got below that level there. Structure wise, we do remain bullish, but we've got counter probabilities to the downside. Onto the 4 hour, and we do remain bearish in structure, just consolidating. So that bodes well for potential buys if we begin to break above the consolidation. The previous candle was a bullish engulfing candle, guys. So if we begin to break back above the current candle's high on the 4 hour, seeing we're creating up a wick and we pop back down, right, low wick. That point there, in my opinion, is a high probability that we potentially could be coming back up towards 24.11, 24.10, that sort of level. So definitely be looking for the buys above the current candle high. Will likely, once I go down to 30, I'll just confirm that. Potential sells below the support. Now M30, it's into that wick. This entire week's a little bit off-putting. All right, so I'm going to mark in resistance here. Is it a 4-hour level? Kind of is. All right, and gold. This is what I'm looking for. So we have rejected a resistance. The sells below it, if it does pull back once again, would be an option. Now, I'm gonna drag this down, this level to that point there. I'd be trying the range and looking for the buys above it. If price does pull back down to that support at the 4-hour support, the lows of the current daily and the previous daily, then I'd be looking for the buys back above on the right catalyst. Further buys above 2403 or whatever it is, this level here, 2403. Yep. If that is a resistance formed on the way to the downside in the downtrend. So it's also the level where the 30-minute, no, it's not going to flip, but it's also a level where we'll flip the micro trend and we'll be breaking a current daily candles high. So if we were to continue bearish, once again, guys, we should respect any resistance formed on the move to the downside. If we begin to pop above, break above, close above, there's a high probability we're going to head back up to the next level of resistance around at 2410 sort of level. So that's what I'd be looking at gold. I don't like this. Hate these long wicks. I really don't like it. What I really want to see now is just a bit of minor support form. To cover that wick, just to get involved in a trade, you got to travel almost 30 pips. Once you count the spread, it'd be about 29-30 pips. Not a huge fan of that. Have that candle closed with not as long of a low wick, because now by the time you're entering as well, you're entering in the bottom, pretty much the bottom third of the range, the middle to the bottom third. So I'd rather reset now and form a little bit of minor support, perhaps on the next 15-minute candle, and then I consider the sell options. And GJ, we'll see how the 30 closes at this rate. The 15 closes weak bullish, followed by another one that closes bearish back in the range below. That could be options to sell it. So hopefully, guys, hopefully it makes sense. Let me know. Been doing my best to try and find a quality entry. It's just they're few and far between the past week and a bit, past 2 weeks. So not much we can do about it. Welcome to the members. G'day, guys. YouTube, don't be shy. Kyle F, good morning to you, brother. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. It's a different one, but I enjoy making it. Goats, as always, good afternoon to you. Ian, good morning. Alpaca Bowl, no bottom wick on yet, and that 15. I'm assuming you're talking about gold. Yeah, it's. Oh no, bottom wick. Unless he meant no upper wick. Mr. R, EU, please. Can do EU because you asked so nicely. It's at a support that I marked in yesterday when I analyzed it. All right, so I can quickly just do this daily. So from memory, it was bullish. Bias is bullish, but you got the couple of current daily's got an upper wick, and it's at a support. So if it forms support now, if it may break the low of the previous, but if it respects the low of the previous candle, it's also a level of resistance on the 4 hours to where structure will, where you start to flip and create an upper wick on the daily candle. So that definitely is going to be a level I'd look to get involved in a buy option above that, of the current daily candles high. I'd also be looking to get involved in a sell option below it. If it does reject, even if it flips to the daily candle bullish, or it's the upper wick, I'll need to reject and then close back below 109.320. At that point there, I'd definitely be interested in selling it. Now, because you're at a very strong support, that price has bounced off once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, now potentially 6th time. I'm looking to see where was the most recent level we formed a resistance at, and you pretty much mark in this level just here. Now, reason being is because that provides potential entry points for both the sell or the buy. Now, if we were to continue bearish, we know that retesting that level, we should likely respect it. If we were to continue bearish, reject, head back down towards the current daily candles low, and that could be an equal high. However, if we're to do this instead, retest it only to pop above it, close above it, and we know we're likely heading back up further to create a higher high, potentially retesting the high of the current daily candle. So I'd be looking at buys above, bouncing off the 4-hour support above 109.17. Sells below 109. They're way off at the moment though. Well, not really, but I mean for you, could take an eternity to move 10 pips sometimes. And that is pretty much what I'd be looking at on EU. New playlist today, guys. Now, I have no idea if I'm going to get copyright strike from it. I think it's okay for me to use. Full credit to the person who provided the playlist. And there's a link to them in the description down below if anyone is interested. It's pretty cool music, so... Saxy, good morning to you, brother. Thank God for that. Alrighty guys, how's the week been? Let me know. Have you had a good week? Have you been involved in trades? How about GJ? When I saw that today, so I did the analysis well before Asian open. Was on the computer, came back and checked the charts at around pretty much when this candle was playing out, and I was looking at what is going on here. So we need a bit of support on 15 if I'm to look for a sell. Ben, hope you're well, brother. Thank you for popping on. Yeah, all good, man. All good. Take your time, bro. Alright, this is better on gold. Bitcoin has rebounded strongly as well. So similar to GJ Bitcoin, look at the weekly counter. So again, if it was to flip back bullish, then potentially we're gonna make a deeper correction at that point, start to trend further to the upside. Daily structure is buys, you got counter probabilities to the upside as well on the daily. So let's see what you got above the current daily candles high for a potential option upon continuation. Does look pretty clean, but it's lacking volume. Obviously this time of day, not sure of the volume on Bitcoin. Previous candle was almost an engulfing candle, so it's a pretty strong catalyst. This forms support on the 4-hour structure itself is technically bearish, but support after support, it's going to be difficult selling into the support obviously. So we'll see what we've got in the M30. 30-minute is, again, if you're going to be really technical about it, so you could it's also bearish. You could say it's bearish, but what we are doing within the micro trend is creating a series of high lows, high highs above the current daily candle high. We've got some pretty clean traffic to the left as well. So on Bitcoin, what I'd be waiting for is a closure above 57,292 for a potential buy. As far as the sells, you don't really have any clean areas within the current level. Got a little bit of margin below 55,548 for a potential sell. And if it does come back down to support and respecting the micro trend, form a support back above 56k, then it could be an option to buy it as well. That's what I'd be looking at in Bitcoin. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Doc, good morning to you. Hope you're well. I know, man, these stop losses on GJ are nuts. They're really, really wide to make me comfortable at all. So GJ, I'm waiting for a bit of support. Good thing is we got some M15 support just here. So if we were to pop below that level there, we got very clean traffic below it, so that could provide an entry point as well on GJ. Clark's on the station. Patty, good morning to you, brother. Welcome. Can I look at ETH? Yeah, I can take a look at ETH. Looks like GJ as well, but by the looks of that. So the weekly, yeah, very similar to Bitcoin. Long lower wick, bouncing off some support. Let's mark in the current weekly candles high. Likely going to be some options above it for buyers. Daily, previous daily did close back a weak bullish candle. Current candle breaks the high of it, then there's high probability we'll continue to the upside, but close weak bullish. So if we break the low of it, then there's a high probability we'll continue to the downside. So probably going to be looking for trades either below the high or above the support, above the low, or above the high, below the low. Structure wise, by the way, assuming it's bearish. Yeah, it's bearish. It's different in Bitcoin. Structure is bearish as well on the 4 hour. Just heavy consolidation though. Really heavy consolidation on ETH at the moment. As resistance, it does look clean above it, so that's a good thing. Above the current daily candles high, previous daily candles high, sorry. Likely going to be some really nice options to buy at 30 minute. It's also technically bearish, but we are just consolidating. I'd definitely be interested in buys above the high. So on closure above 25.50, definitely be looking at the buy options. We're just consolidating, so while we're consolidating, you just need to wait for price to decide if it's going to continue up or down. So to the downside, clean traffic below 24.15. That's where I'll be looking for potential sell on ETH. Now, if price did come back down towards the current daily candles low and respect it and give you a nice candle swing price action, and the buys from support would also make sense. So you could pretty much just drag this down a bit now, and that will give you also a little bit more margin within the current range. So yeah, buys above the support. And once again, you know what sort of candles to be looking out for. Formed a support at this point here within the range, and we're bouncing off just now. So if it does create another support and we start to pop below it, wipe it out on the, let's say, a falling candle, then that could provide for some sell options down from 24.92 potentially down 24.47. So the sells by that point there would also, in my opinion, be a potential option, seeing we are rejecting that heavy area consolidation. And if we begin to break below a support form just below the resistance, then there's a high probability, like I always mentioned, that we're coming back down to the next level, which is that 24.47. I feel that makes sense, brother. Let's keep an eye on gold. All right, 15 closed almost in engulfing doji, sorry. So I'm gonna wait for this 15. If this 15 closes bearish near the low or engulfing, I'm going to look to sell it on the next M30. That's the simple rule I'm creating just now. So it's got a long wick down, it's got a long wick up. So that's what I'm going to wait for. All good, mate, all good. Might let TikTok in. Guys, please smash the like button. Be greatly appreciated. TikTok guys, I have a camera today. I've managed to go with that 2 cameras at once. I'm waiting to see how this 15-minute closes. What are we looking at, guys? Anyone currently in any positions? And if so, what are you currently in? And once again, let me know, how's the week been? Hope it's been a good one. It's been a challenging one. Sketchmas, good morning to you, mate. Welcome. Jack Thompson, morning, mate. Or good afternoon, depending where you are. We're just waiting on gold at the moment, guys. James, good day to you. Taylor, good day to you. Welcome, guys. Waiting on gold at the moment. Want to see his candle close a strong bearish candle. Similar to that, and that would suffice for a sell on the following candle. Lincoln, g'day to you. Kimu Tai Kim, welcome to you. Raymond, g'day, mate. Good to see my Aussie on a bit of a rebound. Bucking the trend because GU has been down. EU has been quite considerably down as well. Have a look at EJ. I haven't looked at that for a while. That's very similar to GJ by the looks of it. Sahil, good day to you. Welcome. Active mindset, welcome, mate. Teddy Fi, good day to you as well. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Feel free to ask questions. It goes for both YouTube and TikTok. If you do have any charts, feel free to send those in. Not sure if you can in a TikTok, to be honest, but YouTube, you guys know what to do. Schizophrenic Fury, like your name, mate. And Pat, and 70. Welcome, mate. The boring part of Forex right now, we're just sitting here waiting for the plan to play out, to present. It's potentially starting to pull back down. This is what we want to see for any gold sells. Now for me, if we don't close engulfing but we close near low, I'll be looking to take an entry on the break of the bullish candle's low. That is the candle that forms support, so I'm not really concerned by the wick on the 30 and the wick lower down. I'll be more focused on breaking that bullish candle's low. PN Rach, good day to you. Kimmy, Kino, Alyssa, Wade, what platform are you trading on, Himi? Personally, like my broker account, it's IC Markets, MetaTrader 5. But this terminal is, obviously I'm using for stream purposes, is TradingView. It's just so much easier to chart. I cannot chart if my life depended on MetaTrader. Labo, good day to you. Kane, so feel free to share the stream too, guys, and make sure to follow if you have not already done so. EJ at the moment is a really tough nut. It is very, very difficult because these candles have massive volume. That candle in itself is 40 pips right now. It doesn't look it, but it's 40 pips, so very difficult to get a stop loss. No gold buys into the resistance. Robin the Banks, good on you. They are crooks, aren't they? Better be careful what I say. But Linda, welcome to you. Kane Bly, good day, mate. I'm sure I'm gonna get copyright strike for this, but it says it's stream friendly. I've included a link down below, as I'm supposed to do, in the description on YouTube, so we'll see. Only one way to find out, isn't it, guys? Just getting a little bit sick of the same old playlist all the time. Ryan, good day to you. Chatty, Tom, Winspear, and Derek. Hey, Vegemite, love my Vegemite. I know what you guys on YouTube are thinking from across the pond. You know, so I know exactly what you're thinking. You're all about the Promite. That is the most disgusting thing I've tried in my life. That is horrible. Sweet Vegemite, it's disgusting, honestly. I've tried it like twice, and both times I was gagging. I'm trying not to throw up. Daniel Vegemite, I love it. To be honest, I don't mind lathering it on. Not like Nutella, obviously, but still. Alright, GJ. See, in normal circumstances, what I'd be looking at is buys. I'd be looking at buys and following candle. What we got to consider here, 70 pip stop loss. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not exactly thrilled by that, to be honest, for a scalp. So what we might have to wait for is to see how the new candle opens. And if it opens, bring a bit of a low wick, without a massive low wick, then maybe that could be used as a stop loss. So at the moment it'd be about 15 pips to the current level to break the high. I'd want to see this candle closing back bullish though, because that would suggest we'll grab liquidity from the range below, only to close back bullish, forming that support back above it. That would be a catalyst, and we'll also be close in a 15-minute, almost engulfing, if not engulfing, by the time it closes. So we want to see this candle close bullish. So let's just mark in that level, knowing if we close above it, we're going to be closing the candle bullish, and then we're going to focus on the lower wick forming on the new candle. So on my particular broker, the highest point is 186,415 of this bullish candle. So what I'd be looking at it's 6,415. Hold on, let me look at it again. $186,840, but at the moment it's not going to suffice. It needs to pop up, it needs to close above the horizontal for it to be valid. It's gold, forget it. So we want GJ to close above. Franco, good morning to you, brother. You think there's a downtrend going to happen? Daniel Hardy, on what particular pair you're talking about, gold or? All right, 15 seconds. We want to see his candle close above, and that will give me the confirmation of support forming. If not, no entry. Very simple. No FOMO, guys. This is how I roll. All right. Oh wow, look at that. Oh, that's the line ball. Let's check if some of the other brokers, it's bearish on that one. Yeah, it's bearish pretty much across the board. You get it. It's you're gonna have such a wide stop loss already anyway. You're looking at plus 30 pips. Tough one. GJ is really tough at the moment. Brian, how risky is kind of trading? What's the investment needed to start, bro? You can start $50. In all honesty, you can start whatever you want. To be honest, like any form of trading, there is a lot of risk involved. I risk between 1% and 4% generally on a trade, and I'm happy to risk that. So you need to be accepting of the risk you have on the table, and I know I manage my risk whenever I'm involved in a trade. So in a profit, in a loss, whatever, always manage it. So off the back of my strong win record though, I'm very confident in what I do. But again, it's just about time, patience, time in the market. I've been trading since 2017, so I have a lot of experience now. I have my own plan, my own rule book, which I've taken years and years to compile. And I know it works for me, so that's what I do. I just follow my plan to a T. Don't give in to anything in between, because if that was to be the case, then what I am doing is trading on emotions, what I think might happen, as opposed to reacting to what is actually happening. So that is of vital importance, to have a proper plan and focus on trading it. So I know what to look for each day. I come to the charts, and that eliminates as much as the emotion as you can possibly eliminate from trading. So gold looking okay. The issue is it's at resistance. This wick is not, in my opinion, it's not a good level. Doesn't mean it can't burst through it, but it could also reject at any point. It could reject just now. I've also got some support here to the left. It lines up perfectly with that. So for me, it's going to be difficult to buy it just now as well. It's a 1 hour resistance as well that you're trading into. Thank you for the follows, guys. Appreciate it. And thank you for the share. Let's just measure this properly. Got a 36 plus pip stop loss. More grey on GJ. Plus 100 odds NBA bets. Good day to you, my friend. Welcome. See, well, for me, I know if I was to look to take this as a flipped, I know for a fact I'd be breaking my rules because I don't buy into resistance. I want to see how price reacts to it. Also, if it was to be a losing trade, I'd be absolutely kicking myself after it, and I don't want the emotions to creep into my trading. So I'd rather just not tempt it and just wait. Alright. Could be maybe sells on GJ. Let's see how the 15 closes. We'll keep an eye on that for the time being. Daniel Hardy, like you said, needs to trade with brain, not the heart. That's it, exactly. As much as the heart dictates pretty much everything. Well, actually, it's more the brain, I suppose, because it's the emotional side of things that tries to dictate. But you need to just override that and purely react to what presents in front of you in accordance to your plan. So I know on GJ I can potentially look to get involved here. Now I also know, depending where this candle closes, there could be options. There could be limit order options. So what I'm seeing just now is, guys, we've created a wave, an impulse down, create a leg down. Within it, we've got a few things here. We've got one pause, price then we'll pull back to retest it. Eventually we have got a pause here if it's confirmed by an engulfing candle just now, and if so, what I might do is set a limit order sell back at the low of that bullish candle in anticipation a new candle is going to open up. Within it, it's going to pull back to grab a little bit more liquidity from the market, retest the low of that bullish candle in anticipation will reject, and continue in line with the overall move to the downside, in line with the impulse to the downside. So that is something I'm familiar with, and that is a pattern I would trade, and that is what I'd be waiting for potentially just now. Otherwise, the continuation sell just depends how this candle closes, depends how the new candle opens up. Obviously, we need to be wary of stop loss on GJ at the moment. So stick around, it could be options on GJ. Michelle, good day to you, my friend. Hope you're well, brother. Looking at potential GJ sells, my friend. Just need to wait. Utility mobility, good day to you. Char, welcome. Welcome. All right, let me just type it in. Had a really good leg workout today. Watch is telling me I need to get up and move. Forex QM, welcome. Had the jelly legs afterwards, at the shakes, BB shakes. I was struggling and drive home. Oh, I love that feeling, the jelly legs after a tough leg workout. Alright, so let's see where GJ closes. Now I really want, for the limit order, I want it to close near the low. For the continuation sell, I'd really want likewise. I like it to close below that support. Then use, again, wait for an upper wick of some sort and use that as your stop loss. And what it does make, what it means though, it makes it very difficult to manage any trade. If your stop loss is based off the entry counter, it makes it extremely difficult to manage it if it starts to go against you. That's the only downfall about using the entry counter stop loss. So that's why I suggest going with a lower lot size. Random guy, thank you for the follow. This is what we want. We want it to come down a bit. So long as this candle closes, it's difficult because usually on GJ I say minimum about 5-6 pips below, but I mean 5-6 pips is nothing currently on GJ. It moves that in like less than a second. So I would say I want it to close at least near support, but again preferably below it. If that's to be the case, I'll set a limit order back below that bullish candle, stop loss back above 15, wider stop loss, smaller position. So I want it to close like this. That's the last thing we want. That means at that point they were likely going to be waiting yet again. Gold's still not ready to continue up. Barely move. Manny Francis, good day to you. Just under 3 minutes, guys. Let's see how JJ closes. Hello, hope you're well, brother. I never goes on short GJ. That's fair enough. I've heard of people doing that and only trade certain pair in a certain direction because they're more comfortable. That's totally fine. I prefer sell more than anything on any pair, to be honest. Ara time frame. At the moment, I'm focused on 15-minute on GJ, but my normal confirmation is 30-minute. But this particular entry type is valid on the 15, what I'm waiting for. But at the moment, it's not likely presenting because GJ is bouncing back. Jack, good day to you. Bet, thanks. What is this bet saying? Must be too old school. I'm an old man, guys. I have no idea what it's just starting to pop up everywhere. I see everyone saying bet. Alright, GJ popping up. Once again, issue is stop loss, but what I'm liking is the fact that it is rejecting, leaving a long wick. Again to the downside. Oh, hang on, maybe not. A little bit indecisive at the moment. Do you normally trade 15-minute increments or can it change depending on trade? Daniel, normally to 30, to be honest. Normally to 30, but the sheer volume right now in this particular pair, GJ, I mean, 15 is likely going to be the time frame that will give you the option, if anything, because 30-minute you're going to miss it, and a stop loss is way too wide. Gold usually to 30, but the 15 was also another time frame I can use to add confidence. So right now, 15 is closing back bearish below. What I'd be looking for in a following candle is a weak pause, a weak bullish candle. If that was to present, I'd be selling gold, sorry, at London Open if it breaks the low of the support. So if it creates a support like so in the next candle, as London Open opens up, I want to see an upper wick. And if it begins to break the support, break the low of the 30 at the same time, that's the entry. Alright, GJ, it's nothing. Didn't close below it at all, so it's nothing for the time being. Guys, what I'm going to do is I'll be back in a minute or two to prepare something quickly from the fridge for dinner. I'll be back. What is GJ? It's Great British Pound JPY. It's just a abbreviation. We abbreviate everything, especially us Aussies, but traders in general. So yeah, that just means Great British Pound JPY. And now next option for GJ is if we're just consolidating now for London Open, either looking for a close below that support for a sell, or we're looking for a close above this resistance for a buy. Very simple. That's what we're waiting on. I'll be back well before that anyway. I'll be back in like 2 or 3 minutes. Trading View platform, YOLO, yes. To one for the stream, yes. 2 seconds, guys. Welcome back. Well, I'm back. 10 minutes remaining. What's JJ gonna do? What is gold doing? Still rejecting. Not easy. Jim, thank you for the follow. Has cat, thank you. Has a cat. I have a dog. She's a legend. She's so cute, so funny. So this rate, I'm preferring JJ. Thing is with JJ at the moment, like I mentioned, the issue is stop loss. However, what I may do is just target, like not securing profit until at least 20 plus pips, maybe get to break even at your 10 plus. Feel it doesn't make any sense just to secure at 10 pips when your stop loss is, you know, minimum about 50, 40, 50. Vishal, I'll respond to that message later on, mate. Let me know as well if you have success with that link I sent you, by the way. Minch, OS, Bob buys or sells right now. Right now, there's nothing. Personally, in accordance to the way I trade, there's nothing. What I need to validate any entry is a little bit of support form right now, so a weak bullish closure, and then potentially upon a continuation. The issue with gold is you don't really have much margin. Down to support is 15 pips. Once you count for spread, probably about 13. So gold is just, it's rejecting that level, and hence why I do want to buy it, even with that nice strong closure, bullish engulfing, because it's still at resistance. It's 4-hour resistance. So for me, gold isn't really presenting anything at the moment. It's very difficult. Based off the 30, below that support would make sense. That's probably where I'd be looking for a potential sell at this point. Bench offs, you just meant to enter the buy? Okay. I hope you go well with it. In all honesty, I hope we all do well. And as long as we all follow our plans and our rules, that's the main thing. That's all we can do. Quickly look at Bitcoin. So just consulting. Sales below the consolidation look good. At this rate, it looks like there could be enough margin, but what I looked at earlier wasn't a great deal, but yeah, enough for a small scalp. Lambie, good day to you. Luke, thank you for the follow. Right, JJ rejecting. Could there be a sell option still? You know what I might look forward to at the open? This closes week bullish. We close below the open of that candle. Upper wick, sell as it breaks the bullish candle's low. Riskier, but we're still below this resistance at the same time. Closing below it. It's a weak pause below that level as well. So that could be the other option at the moment. True Seeker, g'day to you. What's going on YouTube? You're awfully quiet at the moment. True Seeker might go up to sweep liquidity and go down trend. Market might, could do pretty much anything. That's the thing. But I know for me personally on gold, I'd rather sell at the current level. I just don't have the right confirmation to do so just yet. So we want JJ to close very weak bullish. You want a bit of an upper wick. What would the stop loss be based off current candle? It's not too bad for current volume. 34 pips isn't bad, guys. So just under 3 minutes, could have some potential GJ sells. True Seeker, you're in sells and still in big profits on gold. Nice one, brother. Crypto link, I'm waiting on this candle to close pretty much below that bullish candle just there, so that horizontal line. It's going to close, if it does, a weak bullish candle, forming another support. And if price was to break that support on the following candle at the open after it creates an upper wick, that'll be enough of a catalyst for me to sell. Really prefer it to close back a weak bullish candle, but we'll see what happens. If it closes bearish, still may consider it. Because this is what this candle suggests to me is grab liquidity from the upside, leaving a long wick to the upside. Don't make the move just now. So it would have not much of a need to pull back and create much of an upper wick. It could just drop. I'm not prepared to take without any sort of upper wick, especially session open. Lowest point now, 318. $186.30. Need an upper wick and want this candle's close weak bullish. True Seeker, not a problem, mate. All right, want an upper wick to form, guys. Upper wick at London open candle, stop loss above the 15, entry just below the current 15. So on my broker, that means entry would be 186.30. We don't want this to start popping back up. If it does, and once again, just sticking to the rules, sticking to the plan, it's not valid. This is better. So get ready. This is what I'm looking at. Again, I'm not set nothing just yet. All right, 15 seconds. Oh, don't just flip in the last second. All right, 1 upper wick. Oh. So GJ, isn't it? So typical. I'm not in it, guys. Didn't even have a chance to set the order because I had to wait for the count to close. I never set an order until I've got the confirmation. It's been a story of GJ the past 2 weeks. The analysis is correct. And that thing just dropped in a few seconds. 15 pips. Truth Seeker, tap, share live. That's the least we can do. He's doing you guys better. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Bibe. I'm just going to call you Bibe. Thank you for the follow. Welcome, Daniel. A pack ball into the 0.618 retracement of 30-minute candle. Nice one. Yeah, it's a tough one, guys. That was very close to an entry. Now I just need to wait once again. Gold is nothing. There he is. Welcome, mate. How you been?
Very well, thank you. You?
All good, mate. Just trying to finesse GJ, but I'm getting. Actually, I'm not being finessed by it because I'm not in any trades, so it doesn't matter.
It's painful.
It is. It's awfully.
That bullish candle this morning. My word.
Oh no. I was actually on the chart when it was eventuating, when it was creating the candle itself. Just looking at what's going on here. There's no scheduled news release. But then I saw that the Bank of Japan came out with a statement, and that's obviously what made it fly. How's the week been? You taking any trades or?
No, nothing. Yeah, I didn't trade yesterday or the day before. So
You haven't missed much. It's been tough. The analysis played out nearly every time.
yeah,
That one, we're looking at GJ sells based off the 15 closure. I actually closed bullish on IC markets, weak bullish candle. I wanted a slight upper wick and it just melted. So
it's just done that so much over the last couple of weeks.
yeah, and
the wick that. I mean,
yeah, and I know a lot of people are thinking, well, why wouldn't you just? You've seen this what it's doing, so why wouldn't you just take it? Because the thing is, I have rules, and if I got burnt, I'd be so disappointed myself for not sticking to my rules. So that's why I'm so patient, so strict with it, because I know if I do wait patiently, I'm likely going to get a really nice move. And if I don't, if I got burnt, I'd be absolutely pissed off.
yeah, you're still better waiting for a proper entry.
Yeah, exactly. Been few.
How many trades have you taken so far?
This week, none. None at all. It's been a tough one. We go right now. This closed. If it closes in bearish engulfing, there's no margin. Closes pretty much where it is. There could be a sell at the next 15, but it's likely going to make a move just now. But I just don't have a confirmation the way that previous candle closed. Long wick to the downside, closing up near its high. If it was vice versa, long wick to the upside, closing near its low, then I would sell it if it broke.
Bring back GJ's 20-pip ranges.
GJ is just, the candles are still nuts. So I'm just gonna remove. Am I? Yeah, I kind of want to remove that now. And I'd be looking for buys above 186.70.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for.
Yeah, closure above. Once again, issue stop loss. That's the only thing.
It just has to, if you're going to take it, it has to be below that the candle that you take it on, doesn't it?
Yeah, basically. It's the only way to go about at the moment. And that's what I want to see, for instance, on the previous candle upward, because I'm, you know, gives you a way of managing it as well. But I mean, initially I had it set above for 15 because that wasn't too bad. It was about 35 pips. About as good as you're going to get at the moment on GJ. But that's it, guys. This is what now I'm waiting for. Jared, you're in a buy right now. Can you check GU? You're in a buy on GU. To be honest, it's bearish across the board. Did the analysis earlier for the VIP members. At current level, I'd be wanting to sell it more than anything, to be honest. But again, it's just not clean. You're selling it into support right now. That's below 126.980, and that's below that psychological 127 level as well. So if it was to close below that point there, then I feel there's a good chance and high probability it's going to come back down to the current daily candles low. Good thing with G, you can get a pretty tight risk to reward, 1-to-1. So you don't necessarily need a big margin. Otherwise, we're looking for rejection of 127.17, and for my buy confirmation, if I wasn't buying it from the support, which I doubt, I'd rather actually break a resistance form within a current daily candle, because if we were to retest resistance, if it was to continue to the downside, we should respect resistance. However, if we are to break above it, and we've got clean trap to the left, what we're likely going to do is head up to the next level of a resistance, so next ceiling, which is around at 127.420. So that is where I'd look to get involved in a buy. Consider it from the support as well, but otherwise I'd be more focused on the sellers. But that's just my opinion. Doesn't mean I'm more right than you. Everyone has their own way of, you know, determining what's a valid entry, and I wish you luck. Crypto length, the hardest thing I'm struggling with when to take entry. Do you have any tips for that? What I would say is, first of all, make sure you've got your chart marked up, so you know where you want to get involved in a trade, whether it be a buy or a sell, and then simply create some rules. Wait for your catalyst. For me, I have different range of catalysts, whether it be engulfing candles, liquidity candles, bit of support resistance as price begins to pull away from that level. Those are the types of things you got to ask yourself at each level when price is at your chosen area to get involved in a trade. So just continue to watch the streams. You'll learn a lot off that. So right now, this is a level I want to get involved in a potential trade in GJ in both the buy or sell. The buy confirmation, I want to closure above 186.70. The sell, prefer now below 186.06. Jared Adams, thank you for the follow. Gayanchi, thank you. Michelle, welcome. Sassin. And Zaid Curdy, thank you, mate. The potential GJ buys by the looks of it. Are you around for NY today, James?
Yes, I am actually, yeah. Yeah.
Nice one.
Are you trading it?
Yeah, I'll be on with the guys. So we were on yesterday for a bit, but GJ was just doing GJ things, and gold was not playing ball whatsoever. been a pretty uneventful London Open at the moment.
Yeah.
Both gold and GJ not really moving. So news, there was high impact NZD news. Nothing really on the agenda today for the US session, MI session. Good to see the Aussie dollar's been bouncing. I'll be off in just under 2 weeks from now. Colin, MI session seems to be where all the fun is at. Yeah, but what I suggest to my guys is it's better to trade it after the first 30-minute candle. Reason being is because you got both the currency exchange and the currency markets and the comics open after that 30-minute candle. So a lot of time you'll have a bit of maybe you'll have the direction, clear direction at that point. It's very, very volatile in between. That particular 30-minute candle is all over the shop from what I've noticed. I've noticed a lot of other streamers don't start until into that MI open candle itself. So they've probably picked up the same thing. It's not the most easy candle to trade, to get involved in a trade. So it's best to wait for that one to finish and then look for options. Hussein, thank you for the follow. To nothing, g'day to you. Alright, so looking for closure above. Notice how I'm creating a very clear cut, simple rule to follow, guys. Completely takes the emotion out of it. I simply know if it doesn't close above, there's no entry. The only way it could be.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, mate. How are you?
Fine, thank you. And you?
Yeah, all well. Very good.
That's good to hear.
GJ again being very difficult, and gold is nothing at the moment.
Yeah.
How about you, mate?
Yeah, so no trades for me. So it's very difficult to get in right now.
Yep, it is. It's a difficult market at the moment. A lot of volume, a lot of volatility, but not always the easiest to get involved. But that's all good. We're aware of it, and we just preserve capital, if you know nothing else.
Yeah, that's it. So otherwise, you are gambling.
In my opinion, yeah, I agree. I mean, just look at that. If you were to take an impulse entry above that previous candle on GJ, thinking that it was forming really strong bullish stuff, it's just going to break, I'm going to miss it, so I'm just going to buy it. Look at it now. You've been 40 pip draw, 33 pip drawdown.
Justin, that's called FOMO.
Exactly. That's something that we don't have, not in this group. We shouldn't have. Still the first 15 minutes of London Open, so plenty of time, guys. Maybe the next 15-minute candle will give us something. Dan, welcome. So we're right back where we opened the session, London Open. All right, Bitcoin. Still above the support though. That's better. 15 though. So in this situation, 30 is a better option. So if you take an impulse entry off the 15, and really the entry is valuable at that point, you still got a fair way off. But if you have to wait for the 30 minutes to close, then your entry is higher up based off the 30-minute time frame. Crypto Link, what time frames am I scrolling between? Thanks for all your advice as well. Appreciate it. No worries, mate. Glad you appreciate it. So predominantly the 30-minute and the 15. That's the time frames I execute upon. What I prefer to see is a 30-minute prior to any entry in my direction. There are a few, circumstances where I might not require that, but 95% of the time I want to see a 30-minute prior to it closing in the direction I want to be trading, and then it's just 15. But prior to that, I look at always top-down analysis, starting at the weekly for the candle direction itself, the daily for the structure and the candle direction itself against the previous candle as well, and also the 4-hour for the same reason, structure and candle direction and how it's moving against the previous candle. So what I can see on Bitcoin right now is the previous 4-hour candle was a strong bullish, not quite engulfing, but almost. So current candle's created its upper wick and he's now pulling back to create its lower wick. So what this suggests, if we were to pull back and break our own high, is that currently we're just grabbing a bit of liquidity from the downside to give us the volume, the push, that if we were to break the high, that we end up heading back up and creating, a nice push above that 57.30 sort of level. So that's how I can use the 4-hour time frame. And then down to the 30. So I want to see where I'm at, what levels. I've got my levels marked in, so I know I could potentially look for sells below. If it's on the 15, really a sell should come below this point here. If it's on the 30, I need to wait for a closure below this point here, because we've come from above the support, so there's no impulse entry. So that's what I'd simply be waiting for. That's what I do across the board. I can look at a 5-minute from time to time just to add confluence, but not really as my entry signal. My ball, far up, bros. I wish I understood all this. How you been trading for how long? Don't worry, if you come here on the daily, you start to pick it up. What I would suggest is going to this particular website, and this will just help you with all the terminology. Learn Forex trading, baby pips, it's for free. You can do a quiz, you can do a little course, I think, and everything. It's not a bad way to start. It's pretty boring, to be honest. It's not how I trade, but at least you pick up on what, maybe what I'm saying. I've been trading since 2017. It's been a journey, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of pain. But it's also been very rewarding, especially in the past, 3 years or so. Weapon, yeah, if you use it right, it can be. Crypto Link, all good, mate. Cheers for the follows, by the way, guys. Appreciate it. Alright, so I'm waiting on closure below and GJ just now. Your consolidation of 15, so very simple analysis. Either side of the consolidation, we've got clean traffic. We are technically bearish as well, so it would even make more sense to sell it. If you're really technical about it, literally, thank you for the sub, it's literally rejected the last significant lower high. So let me just mark it in. And that's where it's forming resistance at. So it's the last 2 or more consecutive candle pullback in the opposite direction of the impulse to the downside, it's the origin. So long as price remains below 188.08, in my opinion, it is technically bearish in structure on the 30-minute. All this is just micro trending between. Now look at this thing. DJ is bloody difficult. 926, I'll call you. What was the website? babypips.com. For free. It's probably, I don't think it teaches much about scalping, to be honest. It's more about terminology and just different ways of trading, I suppose, but more so I'd say swing trading, maybe intraday trading. It'll tell you a bit about all, or probably tell you about scalping as well. So just click through different tabs. Once again, it's for free. I think you can create an account for free and all that. That's where pretty much most of us started. And don't forget to, well, I can't send a link in, but what I was about to say is join the free Discord group that I have. But if you want to join that, just send me a DM and I'll send you a link, because I can't send it into the chat for whatever reason. TikTok don't allow you to do it. But you can also find me on YouTube. Just look me up, A.C.T.Forex. I'm streaming live on YouTube at the same time. And in the description of the YouTube live, there is links to all the services. Okay, thank you for the follow. YouTube, you guys are awfully quiet. Focus on GJ. This is where I can start to the 5 minutes just to see what's going on. Don't hit the bed just now. Bubble, all good, no worries. 926, been training for 6 months now, still learning a lot. It will take time, mate. What's that?
A close right there, it's fine.
Yeah, right there.
Not any.
But every time we say it, it just drops another 20 pips in about a second. It's really tough catching at the moment.
Yeah, also Xauusd coming down as GJ, so
yep,
as you predicted, but there was not really an entry.
Nah, very impulsive. But yeah, definitely more about the sells, as I mentioned before.
Yeah.
Tough session, guys, but I'm not gonna just jump in for the sake of it, because if nothing else, you guys learn about patience and discipline. All we can do. Some of you appreciate it, others looking for signals, which is fair, I understand. But I'm not gonna trade off the 1 minute. I'm not that desperate. No, there's no need to. Just stick to the plan. Move GJ. I mean, now what I would normally wait for is, because that's a big move, is a pause again in the 15. So the 90 pip move. Symmetry Walker. Some of these names. Oh man. Thank you for the follow.
Like on Monday we were saying, I wonder if this volume will last all day, and it's ended up lasting, well,
best part of 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
Still clean traffic to the left. GJ, I think it's still valid, in all honesty, as long as you get decent upper wick, but nothing crazy, because you got a catalyst. you're back into the range below. You got clean traffic to the left. The hourly's lower high, lower low. Hours forming a strong bearish candle. You pop back below some resistance. Daily pulling back. Not retested that zone though. See where this candle closes. Symmetry Walker, do you call out? I do, but it's just been tough the last few weeks. It's been last week and a half. It's been really tough. I think last week was just the one trade. So last week I had 2 trades, so both wins. I mean, go through times where I'll call 2 or 3 trades on the one stream. There'll be times where I won't call any, and then there'll be times where I'll call 1 a day for a few weeks, and there'll be times where I, with 3 days, I won't have anything that presents. There's just nothing I can do about it because I strictly trade the plan, trade the rules. If bowls is side hustle, or do you do this earn your income? I have other income in the background as well. I have enough business, but this is pretty much an equal, to be honest. It has moments where it's my one, that's not a side hustle, where it's main source. Do I use moving averages? Symmetry Walker? No. It's pure price action, to be honest. 2-pack? Still alive, the man. I don't know. What is my trading strategy? It's pretty much based off following price action at certain levels, waiting for my catalyst to form. So just watch. I mean, if I was to explain it, I've got a whole course on it, so it's going to take me a long time. But basically, I just mark up the charts based on what sort of 4-hour M30 and what level I want to get involved, and wait for price to get to that level, and then create the rules as to what I want to see to get involved in a trade. If it ticks the box, I enter. That is, you know, in a nutshell what I do. And how can you enter that? 120 pips in this one candle. And again, I understand the volume's there, but if I was just to take an impulse sell, let's just say sell stop at support, I don't know, I'm likely gonna get burnt. And again, it's not the way I trade, so I'd feel guilty even if it was a win. Just wouldn't feel right. Two-back, been trading for a year now and not profitable yet. It takes time, my friend. It took me probably about a good 2+ years to see some consistency. More than that, probably about 3 years until I started to become, you know, profitable. Get towards that break-even level, and then you start to see some decent profits after it. But I changed up the strategy like a lot of us do from time to time, but now it's just, this is it. Thank you for the gift, by the way, Symmetry Walker, appreciate it. All right, so how far does it need to travel to break its own? There's still clean traffic to the left, 25 pips. So what I'd want this to do is close closer towards low, followed by what would make me feel more comfortable is if the new candle pops down, like so, then pops up to create upper wick. Now I can use that stop loss and then enters the break zone low again. That's the only way I'll consider GJ. I just can't get a decent stop loss at the moment. It's moving with so much volume, it's very difficult. Lowest point 378. Two pips below that. I'm not seeing nothing just yet, guys. I need to wait for this candle to close first of all. Renchi? I think it's Renchi. You reckon it's holding or selling time for investments in general? look, I think I mentioned it yesterday. I wouldn't be buying just now unless it's precious metals. That's pretty much the only thing I trust to buy at the moment. And look at that ripsy upside. Alright, so right now it'd be more than 30 pips stop loss. Need a pause. Really need a pause, guys. You need something. Need something to set up again. Because if I was just to take it as a breaks the low, few issues. Stop loss is going to be roughly 40 pips at the moment. Very difficult to manage it because based off the entry candle. Would not yet retest that zone, which we could do so since we've broken it. I don't know, man. As much as I want to get involved, I need to be strict with it. Mr. Phil, good morning to you, mate. Hope you're well. Symmetry Walker, what platform? I'm using MetaTrader 5 is the actual terminal itself, but this is trading view for the charts. So once again, I've recessed and now I want a 15-minute pause. And that's closes like this, then I'll enter. If not, I'm just chilling. Mr. Phil, you missed GJ moving volume yet again, but not giving any clean. Mr. Phil understands this. He knows what I'm talking about. When your analysis might play out, but you just don't have the entry. You don't have a valid entry. There's not much you can do about it. Luke, how much should you start off with? Thank you for following, by the way. Start off with whatever you're comfortable losing, because the reality is when you're starting, and it will take you a long time, could take you a few years, you're going to lose more often than when you win, and you're likely going to lose your capital because you're going to make silly errors in terms of risk management and that as well. You're going to accidentally make mistakes, and we all do. Music's too loud. All right, sorry. How's that? So I would say whatever you're willing to lose. Now, if that's $50, so be it. If it's $100, that's fine, whatever. But don't go, especially when you're learning, don't go too gung-ho and put all your safe cash into it. Age, what is it? Sorry, let me scroll back up. Age of Adrian, he just stumbled across the live. Are you based in A.C.T? No, that's not why it's called A.C.T. Forex. No, I'm south, mate. I'm in Melbourne. Unlucky you if you are an A.C.T. No, I'm just kidding. How is it, by the way, A.C.T?
Sheep Rosie from New York.
All good, mate. No worry. Not good. Yeah, it's tough, isn't it, at the moment? So
yeah.
Catch you later. Cheers, brother.
See you later. Bye.
But live, different story. Yeah, to be honest, I always recommend to my guys forward testing. So trading on a small live account, because you're still going to feel the emotion of trading like with capital, live capital. Even if it's $50, you don't care, but you're still thinking and looking at, well, I just pressed the button and I lost $5 in like 2 minutes. So you start to get to feel the emotion, if you know what I mean. And management, in profit too, you might see it go up in profit $1 or $2 and think, oh shit, I better secure that, when really you probably shouldn't, because you should allow it to get to a certain level before you secure things like that. So I always suggest forward testing on a small live account, but there is nothing wrong back testing at the same time, or paper trading. It all depends. But if you want to feel emotion in the live markets, there's nothing better than, you know, trading a live account. Mr. Phil, missing trades due to confirmations, new normal. The last few weeks it has been. Alright, so let's put an alert on gold. Let's see if it closes below support. Luke, can you trade on your phone or should you use... Look, to be honest, if you like, it's okay to execute on your phone, but I reckon you need to do the analysis on the computer. Just in case you miss something. I prefer to do it all on the computer. However, occasionally I will enter trades on the phone, especially if I'm out and I've done the analysis prior to it. I know exactly where I want to get involved. Also during the Asian session. Crypto Link, can you trade Forex with leverage like crypto? Yep. Yeah, you can. That's what we're all doing here in Oz. We're obviously ASIC regulated. So 1 to 30. I have a 5-bit account. I haven't traded it for quite some time though. So we're looking for a weak pause now on GJ, weak bullish candle. And if it presents, I'll look to sell it on the next 15-minute. Gold has to close below support. We need some confirmation. Matt, I think I mentioned before, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you guys. Cheers. Keep the questions coming. Best way to learn is to ask. Maybe thoughts on Solana? I just got in at the very low. I struggle with it because I was in when it was like $18, $13, and I had to sell out. I need the cash. I sold out literally about 33. I've done it twice on Solana. First time it took off to like 200. I sold at 60 for pretty much the same reason. I need to do some home repairs. And the same as the second time. I had some things that we need to pay for. Pretty well, it was home repairs again, to be honest. So I sold out at 30 and it ripped to what, all the way up to 200 again. So I always say I'm the leading indicator. If I say I'm selling my crypto, just buy all the bags, buy as much as you can, gonna pump. My thoughts on it, I don't know enough about crypto in general, but from what I hear, it's a pretty good technology. I think they run a lot of dApps and alpha. I really don't know, to be honest. I'm bullshitting, trying to sound smart. But apparently it is one of the better layer ones as far as I'm aware. So yeah, I think it's a good investment. But personally, I'm not buying crypto. I don't think it's the time. Investment wise, the only thing I'm comfortable buying at the moment is gold and silver, especially silver. Got it here. I don't trade it. I buy it. I buy physical silver. DJ potentially retesting. Oh. Watch gold. Crypto Link, what's the best to use in Australia for leverage Forex trading in your opinion? Sorry for don't be sorry, man. IC markets I think is probably the best bet because you get really tight spreads, which is good. So it means as a scalper you get in at a really pretty much at the entry you want to get involved in. So the pairs I trade, GJ and gold, the spread right now on GJ is currently between 0.5 and 0.8. That's a tight spread. And on gold, it's less than a pip as well. It's 0.5 of a pip at the moment. Once again, it's a very tight spread. Oh, gold too much now. CBO shares are down. Bye. Yeah, I'm not buying any shares of anything at the moment. I'm of the blenders, and of course I have no crystal ball. I have no idea, but I'm not keen on buying any equities or anything. I personally think that they're still going to come down. My old lady had CBA shit. Yeah, CBA shares, I'm pretty sure. Alright, gold. Is there going to be limit orders? Starting to make a nice move away from the resistance. We get a nice strong closure below support. May look for a limit order back at the low of that bullish candle. Thank you for sharing live, Henry, and Brad. Thank you, Al. Thank you for the follow. Matt, where do you think is the best place to learn Forex? Best tips for beginners to learn? This website just here, babypips.com. Free. You can create an account. It's got heaps of stuff you can learn for free. Also help you with terminology and all that stuff. So definitely babypips.com is a good place to start. And then make sure to join the streams because you start to understand what I'm talking about on the regular. There's so many different ways you can skin a cat, you know, in Forex as per anything else. But this is what works for me, so. Matt, what time do you normally trade live? Well, on TikTok, I usually start about 4:30 p.m. Eastern, around Eastern time. I'm starting on YouTube earlier, usually, except for Tuesdays and Fridays. Tuesdays and Fridays I start the same time. But otherwise, start at about 3:45 p.m. Alright, so it's on the brink gold. The next under 2 minutes, and once close to its low, if there's going to be a valid limit order entry. So limit order is when you get involved, you place an order. In this case, if it's a buy limit above the current price, sell limit above the current price. In anticipation, price going to pull back, tag you in, and then move back down. So limit orders. That is what a sell limit is. But at the moment, it's bouncing back above the support. So you can see why I need to wait for confirmation, guys. Because right now it's bouncing above it. Without that confirmation, it's not a valid entry. Got just over a minute. DJ's tapped in, and it needs to now reject. Reject fast. Paul, thank you for the follow. Alright, this is better. Now, for it to be valid, it needs to close minimum of 8 pips below. This is in accordance to my rules. So it needs to close around there for the limit order to be valid in 20 seconds. And if not, there could be continuation sells. Need some sort of upper wick though. I prefer if it popped down then up. Alright. Gold sells. I'm going a small entry for breaks below. Stop loss at the moment. So I've got it just above that zone, but I'm likely, once it's triggered in, straight down towards the entry candles low. So I've got a pending order at 23.88.80. I'm about to be triggered in. Not been triggered in yet. Looks like it would have been here, but not on my terminal. I've not been triggered in. 23.88.80, that's correct. And this is fine. This is good. I like the fact that it's now popped back up, rejecting again. Jetta, I haven't made a lot of money with this. I've done a lot of things with Forex trading, through trading. Got me to finance a house. Not here, granted, not in Oz to be honest, but still. So if it breaks on low again, I'll be in a trade. Wait and see. IO01. Thank you for the follow, and Lav, thank you. Cheers, guys. G'day to you, Cody. So this is our first catalyst. A 15-minute closure below. Now, looks like we've broken low of the previous candle, just. Low was 79. So we've tapped into the low of the previous candle, and we've now bounced off it. Flipped back bullish. So if we were to break our own low, so once again, we're maybe just grabbing liquidity. So if we were to come back down and break our own low, we've got some clean traffic to the left at that point there. My opinion is high probability we're coming back down, essentially to 23.85 or 86, that sort of level. Jackie, thank you for the follow. George, thank you. Harris, alright, am I in? Not yet. Still not in, my broker. Now I am. Let's see. Now if it flips and breaks its own high, probably just gonna exit the whole thing. There has no need to keep pulling back. We're definitely gonna cut half. So we'll see. El Loco. So usually at a 30. But the volume right now, I'm going down to the 15 more than usual. Yeah, usually M30. Again, this is a very low risk entry, guys. It's flipping. I'm holding for the time being. But at the moment, things require wider stop loss, smaller lot size, just how it is. The sheer volume. Oh, look, I'm on the 15 at the moment. Alright, so I'm gonna get to break even shortly. I'm gonna get to break even just now because I'm not trusting the volume. And we'll see, is it gonna make the move or is it gonna take me out? No, I'm out. Didn't last long. Alright, all good. Gave it a crack, guys, gave it a crack. This is the way I go about. Here's what it is. So, nothing mentioned, nothing will gain in the end. But I feel worth a shout. It's the best of what I've had for quite some time, to be honest. Now, if you haven't closed it, what I would be suggesting is I definitely have to stop loss back above the entry candle's high at the moment. It has no need, since rejected again, that support has no need to keep pulling back and break its own high again. It does so, I want to exit the trade by that point. So that is the entry, that was the option, that's what I took, and let's break even. So I screenshot it and I journal this for the VIP, so they all see. I do a detailed explanation as to why I took the trade and how I managed it whilst I was in it. My original stop loss is that point there. So this is what we should be doing after every trade, guys. This is a way to learn, because you see what happens. The result. The entry is 80. What I do is, if a new tab, save the screenshot, go through different time frames. What I did, so I started to change the stop loss a little bit. And break even. Yeah, so now gold, what you really need to wait for is the 30-minute. 30-minute close below still could be valid. Based off the higher time frame, 30 minutes is stronger confirmation. Clips have made in gains today, not today. No, just break even. First trade of the week, to be honest. Alright, GJ popping back above. So once again, this is just nasty volume on GJ. It's not easy. Papa Giorgio, thank you for the follow. Vishal, good trade, yeah. Let's see how the 30 closes. Clips, yeah, I don't trade crypto, man. Well, not at the moment anyway. Now it's dropping. Typical gold. So had I held, I would have been back in about 20, well, not 20, probably about 15 pips drawdown. So it's just the way I go about it. I always keep my losses small. All right, so now if this closes where it is at the moment, it could be limit orders. Don't go nowhere, guys. Just over 3 minutes remaining. Let's see where this candle closes, and then we'll reassess. If there's going to be an option, I'll stay on. And if not, what we're going to do is I'm going to go make dinner, because I've got to keep calories up. You don't get this into this shape without eating right. Just kidding. Having a bit of fun. Go have a laugh. Been good though. I put on about almost 4 kilos of pure muscle since in the last 4 months, so it's not much, but slow and steady. So we'll see, is this candle gonna present? It's gonna give us a chance, or is it not? Stay tuned. 2.5 minutes. Thank you for the roses, by the way, George. I just saw that. I don't pay much attention to that, to be honest, but I do appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it. By the way, guys, those here on YouTube, to be honest, I don't know much about this particular gentleman who also streams, but from what I see, he's a bit like me, doesn't have a great deal of followers, so go check out Forex Cody, I think his name is, or Trade with Cody. He's another guy in Australia. I think he streams the NY session, so check him out. I actually might send a guy a message sometime, just say g'day. Alright, just over a minute remaining. Gold needs to close strong. None of this long wick business. We want it to close near its low. So at that point, and again, it's just me simply following the rule that works for me. No emotion. It has to close by that point there for the limit order to be valid. 8 pips in accordance to my rules is what generally works quite well. It gives you enough room for it to create an upper wick. Yeah, so it hasn't done so. Yeah, it's tough. It's very tough conditions at the moment. So that being said, what I'm going to do is I'm personally going to wrap it up. So to conclude, what I'd be looking for now on gold is preferably once again, what I want to see and what it does is totally, it can do whatever the hell it wants to do. There's nothing, no influence I have over what it's going to do. But I mean, right now, looks like a quick break. What I prefer to see is a bit of a pause again. This candle closed almost doji candle and broken the following candle. That would be, in my opinion, a good solid entry to take it back down. Otherwise, let it consolidate a bit like so, and then maybe moving forward. Now let's just look at a 4-hour. So maybe on the following 4-hour candle. So this is where I go down or go up to the other time frame, a higher time frame, 4-hour, see what's going on. 4 hours rejecting, it's closing back a relatively strong bearish candle. So if it was to close pretty much where it's at, then I'd be waiting for a new 4-hour candle to create upper wick. It may pull back to this zone only to reject it. And if it did so, form lower high, lower low, that could be my catalyst to start looking for sells, take it back down towards the current daily candles low. That's what I'd probably be looking at for the sells, but I'd be waiting for the new 4-hour. Now, aside from that, the price does just come back down to the support, the 4-hour support. I'd be looking for my catalyst swing price action to buy it, take it back up. That would also be an option. I'd just trade it range bound and also the sells from the resistance. GJ, still feel it's the same options as before based off the 15. Closures above 186.70 on the 15 minute would suffice in this situation. Reason being is there is enormous volume on GJ at the moment. So normally I would trade this pair of nothing less than the 30. But with the volume, it's got more volume than gold and much more volume at the moment, which is unusual. So 15 would suffice, and same to the downside. You're drawing in, just use the low, the 30-minute support. Yep, I would say closures below 185.355, because what we've done is just create an impulse to the downside. We pull back to create that lower high and pop back down towards the support formed at that 185.382. It is start to close below it, and the sells become an option. I'm just going to remove that zone there. I'm marking a 15-minute resistance now. Closures above it for a buy, closures below the 30-minute on the 30-minute for a sell. Sorry, no, 15 is still sufficient. 15 is still okay with the volume. So that is GJ. Otherwise, sells from higher up, buys from lower down. That's pretty much it, guys. Yeah, tough one again, but well managed. Took a break even on gold, and yeah, that's it. I'll be on tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday. Lost track of days there. So I'll be on TikTok. Probably start again around the same time. I don't seem to get anyone on the stream if I start early for whatever reason, so not that I get that many on it this time of day as well. But nonetheless, better this way. So don't forget to keep an eye out on your notifications. I'll be on tomorrow, and YouTube I'll be on from about the same time as always, about 6:45 a.m. UK time, 7:45 a.m. for those of you in Europe, 3:45 p.m. for those of us in Eastern, South, or in the Australian Eastern Standard time zone. I look forward to it. Till then, guys, take care, trade safe. Members, I shall see you in a couple of hours from now for NY session.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Cheers, guys.
Bye.
Farewell. Have a good one. Bye, take off. Cheers.